believe it or not, there is one other avenue that the Trump lawyers could pursue. They could sue in federal court and ask for an emergency temporary restraining order. Restraining order of what? Well, let me tell you something that you might not know. You've probably been reading in the press, if you've been reading about this case, that Trump is already a convicted felon. The jury has convicted him. He's a convicted felon. Well, guess what? That's not true. You're not a convicted felon because of a jury verdict. You're not convicted unless the judge enters a judgment of guilt against you. In New York, it's very likely that Judge Mershon will enter that judgment of guilt against Trump on the same day that he issues sentencing. That'd be July 11th. So what would this federal case be about? In this federal action, Trump would sue District Attorney Bragg and other state actors and ask the judge, the federal judge, for an emergency temporary restraining order halting Judge Mershon from entering that judgment of guilt until the federal courts have had an opportunity to review and rule on the serious constitutional arguments that exist here. And let me tell you why I think that might be a very important thing to happen. Because going after criminally a former president of the United States and somebody who is running for president now, that's a very bad look for this country. It's an especially bad look when the folks bringing the case and the judge deciding it are members of the opposing political party. And it's an even worse look when the crime is so unclear that the state is hiding the ball about what the actual charges are right up through the trial and indeed into the trial. And even now, we don't know exactly what the jury found Trump guilty of. So if I were Trump's lawyer, that's probably what I would do. I would run into federal court, file this action under Section 1983, and ask for a temporary emergency restraining order. And now I've come to the end.